I'm taking the Band-Aid off. Now, last night's games, what we was watching, the Pacers and the Cavaliers. This is a must-win Game 7 for both teams. Not only it was a must-win for the Pacers, but they had to try to close this game out on the road, which many teams can barely do. Because 9 times out of 10, the home team is going to close this out. And first and foremost, before I go on and start talking about the games that came on last night, I'm going to give credit when credit is due. I'm watching Victor Oladipo doing his little exit interview, and he's asking him, somebody said, hey, you need to go take time off, enjoy your life. I like what he said, man. I definitely like what he said because I'm a Victor Oladipo fan. He said, I don't need to take a break off. This is my life. Basketball is his life. He called his trainer, or sent him a text rather, and said he's about to come down there and ready for a workout. This is how you become a Hall of Famer. This is how you become better. You want to practice on your craft. This will keep you hungry because he's not going to forget what happened last night. When Victor Oladipo said nobody picked him to go to the playoffs with the Pacers, I'm going to raise my hand up because I did. Because if you go look back on one of my YouTube videos about my power rankings, I had the Pacers at number 18. I had the Indiana Pacers making the playoffs. As a power ranking team, it was changing throughout the year. I said Victor Oladipo got traded from Orlando. Orlando Magic just gave up on him and traded him away to OKC. He go to OKC, goes to the playoffs, and learn how to play that Russell Westbrook style of play and how to become a pro's pro. Change his eating diet. Even he was slimmer this year. He was more quicker, more agile on the floor. Then he gets shipped away to the Pacers for Paul George, and he was saying that how people said they weren't going to make the playoffs. I raised my hand again because I picked you to make the playoffs. And then the crazy thing about it, if you watch that video, I had Victor Oladipo being the most improved player of the year. This is before everything set in stone, before the season even started. I said this back in the summertime, before they even put the jerseys on. I said Victor Oladipo was going to be my most improved player of the year because of what he learned from OKC and Russell Westbrook. How to become a pro's pro on a daily basis. And I like what he said. No days off because basketball is his life. And the person I'm disappointed with in this series was not Thaddeus Young, but Miles Turner. Miles Turner is about 6'10", or 7 feet tall. He's averaging in this series, he's averaging no more than about 8 points per game. To foul out in one of the most important games of the season, I couldn't believe it. Words can describe. Because not only I was disappointed in him, the plan that Nate McMillan set up for the Pacers with the big man, the Cavaliers to have a rim protector. They should have been dogging the paint. Dogging the paint. They wasn't. The Pacers relying on a lot of three-point shooting. Not only, I don't care about the other people, but when Miles Turner started shooting threes, who is to leave to rebound the ball? It was nothing but black jerseys for the opposing team to grab rebounds. There was no rim protector. Indiana could have easily won this series. The way they played game one, they should have played like that the whole series. They didn't. They went away from what was making them great. Attacking the rim. Getting the big men in foul trouble. The Cavaliers played small basketball and beat them. There is no way. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a realist. I'm a Cavs fan. The Cavaliers should have lost this series. If only Nate McMillan would have played that paint more. I would at least had a lineup with DeMontis Sabonis and Miles Turner starting. Just to switch something up and see how it would go. Not only you would have had two bigs out there clogging the paint up. And you didn't get that. And Indiana should have won this series. They should have won at 6, to be honest with you. Cavaliers prevail. History's on LeBron James' side. Like I said, finals MVPs, regular season MVPs, just one of the greatest players of talent you're watching right now in the millennium. As I go through, the same two names I'm seeing every night was carrying the team. The guards. Victor Oladipo with his 30 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Darren Collison with 23 points, 9 for 13 from the field. Little Darren Collison. playing defense, playing great. Lights out. If I was a Pacers fan, anybody in Indiana, don't look at this season as a disappointment, first and foremost. This is a hell of a season. The reason I say it's a hell of a season, because a lot of people on TV and the media didn't even pick y'all to go to the playoffs. But yet, I raised my hand up because I did. Because I seen what the players that was coming in together as a unit. And Victor Depot was taking the NBA by storm. The way he started the season off, he was in the MVP talkings because of what he was doing on the floor. And not only they had them not making the playoffs, these guys was a 5th seed, taking care of business. And not only they beat the Cavaliers 3 out of 4 times in the regular season, but we know a playoff is a different atmosphere. And this team still had the Cavaliers on the ropes. This team is young, gritty, hungry. This is what you want from a young team. This team gonna be ready next year. Lance Stevens out there playing the guitar, doing his thing. He is one or two guys who is not scared to guard LeBron James. He's a hungry player. He may do some crazy things to get under your skin. That's what you want your player to do. Get under the skin of the superstar. The whole thing is, when you play in sports, the coach will say, make that person that you guarding feel uncomfortable. He's making him feel uncomfortable. Lance Stevenson was. It wasn't some of the best games that he put up, but you know Lance going to put on a show. He's going to play basketball. That's what he do. That's why his name is Born Ready. Miles Turner, back to him, man. There's no reason why he picked up 6 fouls and fouled out one of the most important games. The most important game of the year. Game 7. His feelings was hurt. I know some of the calls they was calling tick for tack. That's what the referees do. They can't call everything. But one thing I noticed about watching these games thus far, the referees tend to get the teams the calls who plays the most aggressive at that time. When you're not playing aggressive on one end, they're not going to give you the call. That's what I'm looking at. The referees give the calls to the players who play the most aggressive at that time with their teammates. I'm looking at Darren Collins and Victor Depot. These are the point guards and shoot guards carrying the team. Thaddeus Young had 14 points and 10 rebounds, but he missed a lot of layups, especially in Game 6. And tonight he missed a lot of layups. Indiana hurt themselves at the free throw line too. Technical fouls always come in play. One thing, you got to be even keeled in the players. You got to keep your head on straight. This Pacer team is going to be a team to reckon with next year. Don't be surprised. This team can be easy a 3 seed, a 3 or 2 seed. They keep playing like this. I thought Nick McMillan was going to empty it off the bench more. You could have put Al Jefferson in to give you a different look. It's just different things you could have done. Like Boban Donovich, 1 for 9 from the field. Ooh, 1 for 7 from 3-point line. That sucks. But like I said, I want to tip my hat off to the Pacers, man. This team played great basketball. This is one of my 5 teams I did definitely watch on a nightly basis on NBA League Pass, man, because they caught my eye. I knew what they was going to be, and they was held to record with in the playoffs. The Cavaliers did win the series 4-3. They won their home floor. LeBron James is 13-0 in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Where should I start? We know LeBron James been carrying the team, the load. He's pretty much 35% of the Cavaliers' offense. Points, assists, rebounds, and steals. Dude had 45 points last night, 9 rebounds, 7 assists to go along with 4 steals. The guy was all world, putting his players in the right positions to make right plays. I want to give these 4 players praises before I go on. Everybody that chipped in. I'm going to say the best for last. George Hill missed the last 3 games with back spasm. How sweet it is to beat your hometown team and the former team that you played for. Came in the game, 6 rebounds, 11 points, making a key pass to LeBron James on the backside of the pass for an easy dunk, hitting clutch free throws, grabbing boards, ran the floor, slowed it. When he had the ball, he owned the floor, slowed the tempo down. George Hill, back spasms, but he gave his all. Came out there when LeBron James left and had cramps and left the game in the third quarter, this team held their composure when LeBron James was missing in 5 minutes. Most people would say, oh, here they go. Here go the Cavaliers, about to blow the lead. No, LeBron. You got to trust your players. LeBron said he want to play all 48 minutes. That wasn't going to happen. When they knew they had the Pacers on the ropes, when LeBron James came back and he tried to get back in the game, coach called him back and said, hey, chill out, we got this. George Hill ran that offense like none other. They do what they're supposed to do. J.R. Smith played great defense, but the reason I say he played great, yes, he gave up 30, but at the same time, he's making Victor Oladipo work for that 30. It wasn't an easy 30 like I had been doing the series, but he actually had to work for the 30. And Victor Oladipo had to come guard him too as well because everybody was hitting for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith had 11 points. Kevin Love showed up big, especially in the third quarter, getting rebounds, knocking down a couple of clutch threes, free throws. 14.6 rebounds for Kevin Love. Anytime Kevin Love, I noticed in this series, when Kevin Love scored double figures, the Cavaliers going to win these games. And I was like what I'm seeing. LeBron James, back to LeBron. Just passed up Scottie Pippen in NBA history for the most steals in playoff history. LeBron James is a walking stat book. LeBron James darn near break a record every other night when he's playing. So we don't know which record he's going to break Tuesday night. But this guy right here is monumental to his team. What he brings to this team, the pedigree, the hunger, the grit and the grind that want to win. And it rubs off on other players because if they lose, if LeBron lose, they lose. And then one thing you want to do is, as a teammate, you got to rally your troops and put them in your back and let's go to work. Like I said, 45 points, man. LeBron James is a special type player. The Cavs won 105-101. Like I said, I'm not going to go on too much and brag about LeBron James. We seen his work. We seen the body of work that he did last night. But one player I want to give praises to, who came off, who been MIA. We don't know when he was going to play. Got in the starting lineup. Been riding the pine for the last couple of games. Tristan Thompson. Double T. Yes, I'll be critical of him at times because I'm not biased. Let's keep it real. Tristan Thompson played lights out. Phenomenal. First quarter, 6 points, 2 for 2, 7 boards. Finished the game with 15 points, 10 rebounds, 5 from 6 from the free throw line. Tristan Thompson was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He had 5 offensive rebounds. Those 5 offensive rebounds led to extra Cavaliers points. Now, that was the way he played like Tristan Thompson of 2016 when they won the NBA trophy. He had a key block going down the stretch. Tristan Thompson played lights out. He was everywhere. He was hungry. It was Game 7. You know why he started? Because he played in the Game 7 back in 2006. 2016, rather. When they won the NBA trophy. Get a little hyped over here when I said 2006. But it was 2016 when the Cavaliers won that coveted trophy. Tristan played hungry, man. He wanted to doubt the haters. You think he ain't hearing what people been saying about him? Yeah, he hear it. The whole ordeal is he blocked it out and played Tristan Thompson basketball. Who would you rather get a game ball to? You can't give LeBron because you know this is what LeBron's going to do. Who? Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson? Boys showed out, man. Boys showed out. They ball out. Now they know they got to get ready for Toronto Tuesday. Game 1. All the Cavaliers got to do, get some rest, and get ready for tomorrow's night's game. And we're going to see if the Cavaliers still Game 1 on Toronto's floor in Jurassic Park. They're going to be ready. This is a different type of basketball team in Toronto. But for some reason, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan struggle against the Cavaliers in the playoffs. This is a different team, different everything. We're going to see how this team is going to react to this Cavaliers team. Anything is possible. Anything can happen on any given night. So, on to that Utah Jazz game and the Houston Rockets. We knew this game was going to happen, and I got the Rockets winning this series in 4, going for another sweep. The Utah Jazz bench is good, but it's not great like the Rockets. They don't have enough firepower. Their point guard is missing first and foremost with a hamstring, Ricky Rubio. So Donovan Mitchell got to carry the load even more. My rookie of the year that I picked, which I think is going to be Cole. Donovan Mitchell had 21 points, 3 rebounds to go along with 5 assists. So I seen like in the third quarter when I was watching and sitting back watching the game unfold, it was getting blown out. The score indicated it was closer than what it was, 110-96. But this game was out of hand early. Some people were saying that Eric Gordon knew that he stepped on Donovan Mitchell's ankle. I don't know because it was a bang-bang type play. When they slowed it down, he didn't know his ankle was there. You run it, you go up for the block. He's so happy to land on his ankle. It slowed him down a little bit because the game did change. I thought the Utah Jazz, by them beating OKC, they would come out with more of a sense of urgency to take care of business. Joe Ingles, man, he's a candidate for most improved player of the year too. But you got to go with Victor on that. Joe Ingles had 15 points to go along with his 6 rebounds and 5 assists. This guy is great. He's a lone defender. He's an irritant on defense. But P.J. Tucker made him work. And I'll talk about P.J. Tucker in a minute. The bigs for the Utah Jazz got outplayed tonight. Got outworked on the glass. I'm looking for Derek Favors. 2 blocks, 2 steals, and 5 points, and 2 rebounds. Not going to get the job done when you out there playing 23 minutes of basketball game. You gotta find different ways to score now. This team, the Houston Rockets, is a running team. They run the run back and forth. Mike D'Antoni is coaching them. They're almost like the old Phoenix Sun team with Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire. This team want to run. You got to slow them down. Not only Utah is getting outworked on the defensive end. Houston is making them pay. That movement of the ball, Chris Paul and James Harden, them guys is doing, is definitely making those guys work. And when I'm looking at how they doing this, Rudy Gobert can't do nothing. The Stifle Tower, he had 11 points, 9 rebounds. If the Jazz want to win, get the big man going early. When you get them going, we seen how you got them going early in that game 6 versus OKC. The morale is higher. It goes through the roof. Now, when they played last night, it's down here. Because they don't have the point guard, Ricky Rubio, out there to put the players in the right position to make his teammates better. You know Donovan Mitchell going straight to that rack. You're going to find his players to get open. But to slow the game down, to calm people down, there is certain things that Ricky Rubio brings to the table. They got to make adjustments. Hopefully he'll be back for a game 2. But like I said, I still got the Rockets coming out victorious in this round too, going for another clean sweep. We know Donovan Mitchell gonna do his thing. I thought Jay Crowder played lights out, 21 points, man. He might be one of them throwback type players who's gonna get it done by any means necessary. He's gonna do the little things for you. Gonna dive on the floor. He's gonna grab rebounds. It's just little things that he does. Get back on defense, man. He's a special player. And yes, it didn't show when he was in Cleveland. That's a whole new ball game over there when you're trying to play with LeBron James. But when you put a guy like a Jay Crowder in the Utah Jazz system, he's going to flourish. And I like what I've seen from them. But on the other hand, the Houston Rockets. CP3, man. Hall of Famer, man. On that court, man, CP3 plays no games. He don't talk to the other team. He's a pit bull. I ain't gonna say he's a pit bull. He's a chihuahua. He gonna keep coming at you. He's gonna keep coming at you. He's gonna keep coming at you. Steals, gonna score. Chris Paul can do it all. It just, people don't see his greatness because they still trying to see what he did back when he played for the New Orleans Hornets. He was younger. He was almost averaging a triple-double every other night back then. Chris Paul is one heck of a point guard. A true floor general just like Rondo. These guys don't have to score like that unless they have to. They're going to put you in the right positions to make the right plays at any given moment. When Chris Paul's out there orchestrating the offense and putting these players in the right spot, he making James Harden like that much easier. I tell people this all the time. If you get Chris Paul any center that's over 7 feet tall, he's going to make a star out that guy, or he's going to make him a household name. We can name the guys that he had. Tyson Chandler. You can go in like DeAndre Jordan, Clint Capella. I can go back to the New Orleans Hornets when he had Tyson Chandler. Off the bench, he had Hilton Armstrong. If Chris Paul is one of the guys, if you run the floor, you go get the ball for a big guy. That's one thing I like about Chris Paul and Rondo. Those 2 point guards in the NBA, if the big man is running the floor, they going to reward him. Chris Paul always reward Clint Capella when he's running the floor that hard. Because when your big man is running the floor that hard, you got no choice but to reward him. That's how you keep him in the game, keep him hungry. And the reason I'm saying that because I didn't see too much of that coming from the Utah Jazz standpoint. Get the big men involved because the big man going to play at a higher motor. CP3, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists to go along with 4 steals. Clint Capella, man, 16 points, 12 rebounds. He outworked both Derek Favors and the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert. Just the little things, like I said, running the floor, grabbing offensive rebounds, grabbing defensive rebounds, block shots. He let you know that his presence will be known when he's out there playing. How do you stop someone like that? It's kind of hard to stop a guy who always run around and play with a high motor because he's going to outwork you all the time on the glass on any given play. If he dives on the floor for loose ball, he's going to do that. That's how you keep yourself in the game. The coach said, you know what, I'm going to leave him in there because he got it going for us. I'm going to say this other person for last I'm going to talk about. But right now I'm going to go to James Harden. Arguably probably going to be the MVP of the regular season. 7 assists, 8 rebounds, 41 points. All world. James Harden. Everybody's still waiting for James Harden to unfold. When you talk to most people about James Harden, they still talk about the layup that he blew in the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat when it was him, KD, and Russell Westbrook on the same team. James Harden ain't worried about that no more. That's old James Harden. The new James Harden, man, is a little bit more cutthroat and more of a killer right now. The step back that he got. The Euro that he's doing, going to the hole. Who lives at the free throw line. You know he's going to average about 10, 11 points from the free throw line easily. He's an attacker. He's an assassin. And he can get anywhere on the floor that he wants to. He's one of them guys now in the league you cannot leave open. He's going to make you pay. Like I said, James Harden put a thumping on the Utah Jazz. This is the reason why I say that the Utah Jazz is going to get it swept. Because you got to stop CP3. On top of that, you still got to stop James Harden. But you still got to stop the Houston Rockets supporting cast. And the person that came to the party, who I like, I've been giving him all types of hell throughout the playoffs and regular season. PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker. This is the guy who got all the flamboyant outfits, all the latest kicks. And I'm always giving him crap because I know he's way better player than what the stats be saying. Like I said, you can't read the stats. But last night, 15 points, 6 assists, he played a different PJ Tucker. Maybe somebody showed him my video. Because these players are good. Once you get him going, hitting threes, hitting 15-footers, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Trevor Reeves only had 8, but it's a wrap. PJ Tucker played good. If he played this every night, man, Houston is going to sweep a lot of people and put a lot of people out the playoffs early. This is my pick. This is my team that I had to pick to come out the West. And everybody keeps saying, how you going to feel about the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors? Both the Cavs and Warriors were struggling in the playoffs in the first round. We're going to see how the tension and all this stuff is going to pick up. We know what the Rockets going to do. Like I said, the Rockets won that game 110-96. And like the Utah Jazz hashtag, they better take note of this game and figure out how they're going to stop James Harden. That should be number one primary priority. Number 2 priority should be, how do we keep Capella from getting in the middle and running the floor like a gazelle and boxing him out for rebounds? Number 3 for the Utah Jazz should be, get our big man going early and often. Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors. We seen what those two did to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round. They got to bring that same attitude to this series. Because each round you go on and face is going to get tougher and tougher. You got to be built for this. No games off. Like I said, Rockets took care of business. That series 1-0. Cavaliers getting ready for tomorrow night's game against the Raptors. Y'all know who I am? Tay Wiz broadcasting live and direct for the Man Cave. Peace.